A very good evening to one and all gathered here. I am happy to welcome you all to this workshop on the topic Vision, Mission and Goal Setting Part 2 by Mr. Nirmal Nathan, MBA, HR XLRI, Director of Santa Maria School, Trichy. This workshop is organized by the We for Youth team. In today's world, we, the youth, go through a lot of stress and struggle with questions, doubts, anxieties, and fears. We face peer pressure and many influences from around us. Sometimes we get stuck and don't know what to do. The We for Youth website has been started with the aim of helping, motivating, and directing young people in the best paths, making them realize their full potential. The team is equipping teachers, parents, and youth for this purpose through their website www.weforyouth.com and their YouTube channel, where they upload webinars that deal with the concerns of today's youth. Please visit our website www.weforyouth.com. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, We for Youth. This is the link for our YouTube channel. You may note it down, please. Thank you. I now invite Mrs. Baby Nirmala, Lecturer, Department of Computer Science, Holy Cross College, Trichy, to deliver the welcome address.
Good evening to one and all gathered here. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Yes, I am greatly privileged in welcoming this August gathering for this virtual workshop. God raises the lowly and the humble and seat them with the kings and the lords. Amidst us, we have such an inspiring personality, Mr. Nirmal Nathan, Director of Santa Maria School, Trichy. He is a welcoming speaker, a great scholar, a HR professional, and the eminent alumni of Loyola and XLRI. He is a proud recipient of gold medal in his higher studies and a national football player too. He holds the degree MBA from XLRI. Though he possessed top leadership roles in corporates, he rather known to be the disciple of Jesus Christ. One tree can start a forest. One word can frame a goal. One candle can wipe out darkness. A true leader has a confidence to stand also. His passion and burden for the younger generation made him to choose his career in upbringing younger generation, and finally he became the founder of Santa Maria School, Trichy. He motivates students and youth through his talks and retreats. He runs the school with commitment to raise our younger generation with good moral values. He is a man of virtue in helping many youngsters. I take this opportunity in welcoming all the participants who chisel and shape the lives of students and makes them to be a good citizen of the society. As we all know, a smile is a universal welcome. Once again, with a smile from my heart through my lips, I welcome you all.
I again kindly request all participants to have a notebook and a pen ready for the workshop.
Good evening, my friends. It's nice to be back with you. Last week we started a session by weforyouth.com on the topic of vision, mission and goal setting. In the first part, we saw what is the meaning of a vision, why an youngster should have a vision, and how to draw up a vision, and what is the mission to achieve that vision. And for both of them, what should be the values and the principles for life or whatever activity that we take up. We saw that as the first part. And today we are going to see the second part, that is the goal setting, the nitty-gritty details of the action plans. So let's get straight into the topic right now. I recommend that you keep your paper and a pencil with you to take note of those points that impress you especially. If you want this PowerPoint, after this session will be made available from the slideshare.net/Nirmal. You can download from there also. Anyway, shall we get into the subject straight away? Now, here is the picture, a beautiful picture from the FIFA World Cup, which is happening right now in Qatar. And we see a fantastic player, Richarlison, kicking a ball, a fantastic pose. This photograph has been seen by millions all over the world during the last 2-3 weeks. It's a fantastic photograph, all right. But now my question to you, where is he hitting the ball to? Is he passing the ball to his teammate or sending the ball back to his goalkeeper because the ball is in danger of falling into the hands of the opposite team? Or is he trying to pass the ball to any of his teammates in the opposition side? Or he's trying to kick it towards the stands to save the ball? What is he trying to do? We have no idea whatsoever looking at this picture. Okay. Now read what is written over there. A leader without goals is like a ship's captain without any reference points. What do I mean by that? Let's suppose in your town, wherever you are living, you get into your bus, take your money and give it to the conductor and say, give me a ticket. The conductor would ask you, where do you want to get down? Up to which point do you want to go to? You say, I have no idea. I just want to go. He will ask you, go where? There has to be a destination. There has to be a purpose for the travel. Whether you get into the train or in the bus, in which direction do you want to go to? Up to which point do you want to go to? There must be some reference points. It's something like the ship also. Being captained by an experienced person, he must know to which port in which country he should reach. He should steer the ship and the entire team working under him, and there has to be a reference point. That's why he has got all the equipment, the radar and all gyroscope and a whole lot of things in a ship to guide him towards that particular goal. So a leader without goals is like a ship's captain without any reference points. Now, what is the need for this photograph of Richarlison here? Now, this picture does not show a reference point. He's simply playing the ball. He's simply fooling around with the ball, maybe. Giving a nice picture for all of us. No, not exactly. Look at the next picture. Here you see another player is taking a penalty shot and is trying to put the ball beside the goalkeeper anywhere within that net covered by the 3 different steel bars over there. That's a goal post. So his reference point is the goal post. Otherwise he is wasting the chance. His team will be disappointed. His nation will be disappointed. A whole lot of football fans all over the world will say, what a waste of chance. So he has to have a reference point. Similarly, a leader has to have a reference point. That reference point is called the goal. And why do I call you as the leader? Because you are an youngster or a youth or a young adult maybe or a young professional maybe. You must also have a goal, and you're going to be the leader of your own life. Your own life. You are leading your family, you're leading your team, you're leading your life, whatever, yet you're called to be a leader. So how do we do that? Let's go into the details. When you were in school, those were the student days, when we had no worry, we enjoyed the time and enjoyed fooling around, playing around and doing all sorts of things and not be responsible for anything. Everything was provided for by our parents. Our teachers took care of us, our mentors took care of us, and there was somebody to take care of us. We didn't have to worry about the future. In the school days, that is the past. So it was hazy. No problem. It's okay. But the current time now, when you are young now, when you are about to enter into the life ahead, there are several directions ahead of you. For your family life, who will you get married to do? Why do you want to get married? What higher education do you want to study? Where do you want to study? Why do you want to study? What kind of a career do you want? What do you want? Do you want to go into the core competency, or like many people go, they want to go into the IT field maybe, or medical field maybe, or research maybe, or academics maybe, or start your own startup business maybe. There are several questions ahead of you, and the Google tells you one thing, YouTube tells you one thing, Instagram tells you one thing, your friends tell you something, your parents tell you something, your wife or husband tells you something, and everybody is leading you somewhere. But in which direction will you go now? It's about time you set your direction towards your future. That is this, you got to have goals. It may be one, or it may be two, or it may be several more. But all the goals must focus towards the end point, the vision in your life. It's about time you start drawing up lines all together pointing towards one particular vision. Otherwise, this is called a vision in a perspective. In school days, we had no idea about the future, no perspective about that. Right now, you have to, shape up all the arrows in one direction. What is that direction? It may be in different aspects of your life, every aspect of your life. Let's go into the detail. I hope I have made this interesting for you so far. Now let us see some statistics. Knowing your goals focus your life, says the title. In the survey that was conducted, they said that 1/4 of the human beings living on this earth, they don't take any effort. They simply live on others. They are the parasites. They don't plan, they don't work, they just survive as a parasite, from the income of others, support of others, or from the support of the government. Maybe these are the 1/4 wastrels. About more than half of the human beings on this earth, 60% it says, have some ideas about future. They have some ideas, but live ordinarily. Let's go to the next one. 10% have good plan for the future. Wow, that's good. But they are moderately successful. They manage to go up to some level of achievement in their life, in all aspects of their life, but not fully successful. Only 3% write down the goals for their life, work at it systematically, and are highly successful. But now, my challenge to you, where are you now? Where do you want to go? Do you want to be in the first quarter? Or do you want to be in the first half? Or do you want to be in the 10%, moderately successful in your life? Or do you want to be in the 3% to be highly successful? Let us see what is success anyway. Let us see what these goals are. Write down the goals and work at it is the mantra. Write down the goals and work at it. It is not simply writing down. You write down and start to work on it. You will become highly successful. Let us see how we are going to do that. A leader in the making is a person who develops a vision. We saw that already. Translates it into action. A mission, we saw that already, through a series of definite goals. So, who is a leader in the making? Let us see how we are going to do this. I am now pointing to you about a person called James Irwin in USA. He had a major accident. His legs were broken, bones were broken. He had an amnesia. He lost all memory. He did not know his name. He did not know his family. He did not know who he was. He did not know what he was doing, where he is. Completely washed out memory. It took 3 years for the medical practitioners to bring him back to normal life. After 3 years, because he is an airline pilot, he wanted to become an astronaut in NASA and he applied for it. 8 times NASA rejected his application. Do you know why? First of all, broken legs, physical fitness is a question. Mental fitness. How can you trust a person with a wiped out memory who recovered not to lose the memory again and causing a loss to the $1 billion spacecraft and the life of the co-pilots who are traveling within the astronauts on whom millions have been spent already and for whose life NASA is accountable? How do they do it? So naturally they rejected. But he never gave up. He proved to them his physical fitness and mental fitness at any level of testing 8 times. And finally, this is James Irwin. On the Apollo 15, he became the 8th man to set foot on the moon. So if that could happen to James Irwin, what made him do this? Because he had a vision, he had a mission, he had a passion, and he had a goals, and he achieved it. Now I am showing you the picture of another person, a youngster, who was a hunchback. And in the next picture you see completely straight and looks like a baseball player or a basketball player or a football player, an athlete or whatever. It's completely straight and smiling, full of confidence. Now how did this happen? This hunchback youngster told his father to make a statue of himself as he was erect and put it outside his bedroom window, and every morning when he gets up, he used to look out of the window at the statue and take a little extra effort to straighten up. Be confident looking at the statue and say, I can be like that statue. I can be one like that. And finally, through that little bit of exercises, more than yesterday, more than yesterday, more than the next day, finally he became straight. So he had a vision, he had something to look at, he had a goal, he had an ambition, he had a passion, and he achieved it. This is exactly translating a vision into a mission, into a goal. That's exactly means. If it could happen to James Irwin, if it could happen to this youngster, we all can do whatever is set before us that you decide that you want to achieve in your life. Let's go into the next slide. Your vision has to be broken into steps or goals. We will get into the details as we go along. This is Mary Kom. We all know her. The medal winner in the Olympics. She didn't become a medal winner in the Olympics just like that. She had a vision. I have to win a gold for my life, my family, my Manipur state, my India. And she had a plan for that, and she trained for that, and she finally won the Olympic medal. So the goals took her towards the mission, which took her to the vision, and she is now happily settled there in Manipur with her own training center, training others into the boxing matches over there. In this program, I am presenting to you the training program that was offered by Paul MEYER, my coach in Haggai Institute in USA. His institute is called the Success Motivation Institute, a reputed one, a most famous one, highly reputed one. His book has been made the textbook for many management institutes all over the world, including in China. You can visit his website. I have given you there, www.success-motivation.com. It is his training program which I have received, which I have benefited, which I am going to teach you right now. So let's listen to Paul MEYER, a great man. Paul MEYER says, success is the progressive, that means incremental, improving, everyday improving realization of predetermined. That means you have determined already what is going to be the realization. Your goal you have already determined. Worthwhile goals, not waste goals. Some goal that is really worthwhile striving for, worthwhile living for. So this is Paul MEYER's golden word. Let us see what he says next. He says, whatever you vividly imagine, in your mind the picture is green, The picture is like a forest. The picture is like a real waterfalls. The picture is real. You can see it there in your mind right now. Vividly imagine, ardently desire. You want it at all cost. Sincerely believe. You believe that you can receive that reward or achieve that end. And enthusiastically act upon. You got to have enthusiasm, my friend. Whatever we want to do, you have to have an enthusiasm. Otherwise, dull man can never win the race. A dull man can never succeed in anything. You got to have enthusiasm in any life, in any aspect of your life. So what does he finally say? Must inevitably come to pass. That means all this will definitely come true, definitely succeed if these 4 aspects are there in your goal setting. He says, crystallize your goals. Your goals must not be vague. It must be like crystal clear. It must be sharp. It must be specific. You make a plan for achieving them. You have a goal. So where is the plan? Then set up a deadline for that. By this year, I would have done that. Then with supreme confidence, with determination, with disregard to the obstacles and criticism, carry out your plan. These are all golden quote by Paul MEYER. What is the next one? He says, enter every activity without giving mental recognition to the possibility of defeat. Failure is not a question here when we set the goal. When we set a vision or mission, failure should not be there at all. It's going to be success, because that is how we are going to work at it. Concentrate on what strength you have and not your weaknesses, because weaknesses we can identify and work on it and make it strong point, not an issue at all. Concentrate on your powers, what you have, instead of your problems. Problems are meant to be overcome. The problems and weaknesses give you a chance to strengthen yourself to overcome. So that will give you confidence. So have a possible successful attitude towards whatever you said before you. And he says, if you have done something today, tomorrow do a little bit more. That must be the more than the average performance for your life so far. If you have done so far 40%, tomorrow you must do 42%. The next day 43%. And it is not simply 43, the average of including up to the date. Up to the next date. Average up to the next date. Every day improve on your average. Then you will see your progress will be 1 by 2 by 4 by 8 by 16 by 32 by 64. It is a geometrical proportion. It is not arithmetical proportion like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. It is geometrical proportion when you start doing more than the average every day. Little bit more than that. Finally, you will actually a result. He says, don't worry about imperfection, because everybody is imperfect. Nobody is perfect in this world. We will grow out of it. Don't worry about defeat. Don't worry about anybody ridiculing you or making fun of you. Anyone who makes fun of you is not going to help you in life. They are not going to give you what you need. They are not going to support you. So why worry about somebody who is making fun of you? Just ignore them and go at it. Don't worry about failure, because failures are meant to be overcome. So here you see, goal setting means writing out steps. That is very critical to help you accomplish your vision. Writing down the steps, writing down the goals, everything on paper and pen with pencil, that is very important for you. The difference between a dream and a goal is the written word. You may have 100 dreams. Every day you may be having, every night you may be having a dream. You may be daydreaming. My friend, that will disappear. That will be hazy. A goal is one which is written down. And we are talking about only a goal. We are not talking about simply dreams here. SMART goals. You have a goal for your end of the retirement life. That is called a long range goal. Then you have one for intermediate, maybe 30 years, 35 years, 40 years, intermediate goal. Then you have an immediate goal, that is immediately within 6 months what you are planning to achieve. Within 1 year what you are planning to achieve. Then only you can see how you are progressing over the years. So 3 different types of goals that should be set before you. For an example, If you want to improve your conversational English, if you want to improve your spoken English, perhaps you could have a goal for 3 years. If you are in college, let's say first year, the first goal would be something like this: by June 2023, that is 6 months from now, I will boldly and confidently be able to talk with everyone in English. Everyone means anybody whom you come in contact with in your class, among your friends. Number two, by June 2024, 1 year later, 1.5 years later, I will boldly and confidently talk in English among a small group of strangers. Talking to friends is one thing, talking to strangers is another thing. You need confidence. That confidence comes because of practice. That means you are improving now. Let's see the final one. The final one is, even 1 year later, when you complete your graduation or post-graduation, you are getting ready to get into your career, you need to pass the interview. That means here the goal will be, I will boldly and confidently answer any interviewer in English. My friend, if you go for an interview for an IAS or IRS or IPS or IFS or any UPSC or multinational corporation interviews, there will be several people sitting at the panel and shooting questions at you in English. So that needs your conversational skills which you have developed over the last 2 years or so. So this is a progressive goal. So every year improving, you come up to the maximum level and you will continue to grow further. This is what we call as a time-bound, intermediate, mid-term and long-term goal. Here you will see I made it as S.M.A.R.T goals. S stands for specific goals, not vague goals. We will see the detail. M stands for measurable goal. A stands for attainable goal. And that could be tangible as well as intangible. We will see the detail later. It has to be a realistic goal. That is why R is highlighted. It has to be time bound. Time is T is underlined. Now you will see it's easy for you to remember. SMART means specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time bound. If your goals are following this pattern, this template, you will have a very clear, crystal clear goal in front of you. Let us see how we go into that. S, specific. Each goal must be specific. For example, I have taken a shot put champion over here. He says the specific goal, I want to be the champion, athletic champion of my college. No, that is vague. What is athletics? Are you a decathlon champion with 10 events, or you are going to be shot put or a javelin or hurdles or pole vault or whatever? Here it says, I shall become the shot put champion of the college. Very specific. Of the college. Shot put. By 2024 annual sports. His target is college sports. So he is of the college. He is going to be shot put champion. Isn't it very specific? Very clear? It is time bound. It's nicely written down, something like that. Work for clarity. Now, measurable. Your goal must be measurable from time to time. So, if he says currently my performance by January 2023 for shot put is 15 meters, by 1.5 years I will increase it by 16 meters by 2024 August. You can measure and see where you are progressing. So this measurement will help you to assess yourself and make the corrections whatever is needed. Attainable. Here you see in the picture, there is a gap here. How will he reach from here to here? How will this lady reach from here to here? There is something missing here. So your goal should be attainable. So what is attainable? So for the same shot put champion, if he says, I shall throw shot put to 22 meters by December 23 within 1 year. Is it really possible? My dear friends, for adult men, 22 meters is the world standard. It's the Olympic standard. It's something of the Olympic standard of Czechoslovakia or USA or whatever. And within 1 year, he's going to say the college champion becomes the Olympic champion. It is not attainable. It's wrong parameter. It's a wrong goal. It's not attainable. We all have our limitation, our capacity, resources are limited, our time frame is limited, it's too short a time. So we really need to work out, like our Neeraj Chopra. He became a Olympic champion, all right, but he had a time frame. He worked at his resources. He knew what is his capacity. Is he going to be the runner athlete or a jumper athlete or a thrower athlete? He decided. They are looking at his capacity, assessing it. So try to make it as clear as possible and attainable. People say shoot for the stars and at least you will settle on the moon. That is a wrong statement, my friend. You can shoot for the stars, so you can think you're one of the supermen and all that. No, that will not make you success. You got to be realistic. You got to be realistic. We are all not supermen. That's all childish dreams. Realistic. What is a realistic goal? Your ambitions must not be beyond your reach. Now, for example, if I say I shall become the Secretary General of United Nations by 2025, my friend, it's not that easy. I need to be academically sound and politically sound, administratively sound, leadership-wise by sound. I should be supported by my government as well as I have the support of other governments as well. And all this may help me to become a Secretary General. So just like that, I cannot become a Secretary General of United Nations by 2025. Your goal must be realistic. Or take for example another one. If I say I shall own Lake Victoria in Africa, maybe you may think you have so much money with you, you can buy a lake. But Lake Victoria in Africa is not possible because the Lake Victoria is the border for 5 different countries. So how you can buy all 5 countries? So when you make a goal, it has to be realistic, very, very clear. And here you look at the Swiss knife, which has got a whole set of implements over there for whatever minimum maintenance need that we need, that we need at home or office or whatever. So similarly, what is the set of resources that you have? You have right now, or that we could acquire little later. What do you have? Write it down. That could be your time. Your resource could be your time. Do you have time on your side? Do you have money on your side? Do you have a training center or a training ground in your area, a research center in your area? Is there equipment available for you to train? Do you have a mentor and a coach? Definitely you need a mentor and a coach. Do you have that in your city where you are? In the town where you are? Where is that person available? So check your resource, whether it's available, or you have to go to that place where all these things are available. So I told you about the results must be tangible. What is tangible? Tangible means that which you can feel, that which you can see. So if you say 15 meters shot put throw by January 23 and 1525, a quarter meter increase by August within 6 months, you can measure and see, and you can see that. You can see the shot put going that far. 15.5 by end of 23, 16 by next year. You can see the result. That is what we mean by tangible. You can feel, you can see, you can enjoy it directly. But there is also one thing called intangible one, means in which you can feel but you may not be able to see. It may be about your character, it may be about your traits that you have, overcoming your temperament or whatsoever. That is your skills acquiring. They are all called intangible. That you cannot directly measure, but people can see, you can see, people can enjoy the changes in your character. That is called intangible goal. The goals, when you draw, it must be something like this, a map. When you start from your home to go to a place, you already have an idea where you want to go, in which direction, which route to take, which road, which traffic to avoid and all that. A map is already in your mind. Similarly, in your life, you must have a road map. All these goals, all these action plans will help you towards that. You got to have one for your life. And when you have a goal like that, it should not be selfish, because your goals must not only be a benefit to you, it must be a benefit to others, starting with your family, the community where you are living, the community, the society which is giving you the opportunities to help yourself grow. You need to consider the benefit to them also. So it is not a selfish goal we are talking about. It's an overall goal we are talking about, because we are talking about total human being. So you have a need, something is lacking over here, you have got several resources, several competencies you have, but one is missing. Find that out and assess how you are going to fill it. Get that and fill it, work at that, filling that, so that you will have a total zigzag puzzle. The picture will be complete and clear. And always make your goal stated positive. Yes, I can. Yes, of course I can. Yes, I can. This goal, I can do it. And finally, you will see, yes, I did it. Don't write your goals, maybe I will get this done. Maybe, possibly, I will get into this. Don't write like that. Make it all positive statements. Stephen Covey is one of the best known management gurus in the world today in the management centers. Anybody recognizes Stephen Covey as one of the top masters from USA. What he says is, your intangible goals must have behavior changes. What is your behavior standard right now? Where do you want that behavior to change to? That also is a goal. And where is your skills? What are the skills you have? What are the skills you don't have? How do you acquire? That also must be a skill acquisition goal. So these are called the intangible goals. For example, this is Roger Federer. At the beginning of his career as a tennis athlete, he was given to terrible temperament. He used to break the rackets, throw the rackets. You can see the racket over there, crushed over there in anger, throw the ball at each other, shout at himself, and used to be a terrible man on the court. So then he set a goal for his behavior change. That is an intangible goal. And finally, he became the most loved gentleman lawn tennis champion of the world. So this is intangible goal. Similarly, what is that you want in your behavior to change, in your personality to change, in your character to change? Write it down. If Roger Federer worked on it and got through it, you also can write it down, work on it and get through. We are talking about the total person. We are not talking about a goal in any one aspect of your life. In 6 major areas of your life we are talking, so that the total person will have a slight edge over others, a little edge over other people who are in the line running with you. So we are talking to you right now to motivate you to your full potential. So 6 major areas we are talking. Maybe you can add some more also. Let us see what they are. Have a goal for your family first. Family and home is your first goal. My dear friends, your life starts with your family. Your life ends with your family. Your business or your job or your career or your sports or your hobby, nothing is as important as the family home. They are all tools for you to serve your family, to serve your home. Your parents, your spouse, your children. Your life and love begins there and ends there. For this purpose, other goals will be there. So make this your priority goal. What is the goal for your family? What is the goal for your home? Let us see how we can do it. You will have an idea a little later. To honor your parents is a goal. Let's say you're a person, a professional working in Japan or Germany or in Nashik, wherever you are, but your parents are far away. So do you visit your parents once in a while? Is it once in 6 years or once in 2 years or every year? Or if you are in Dubai, maybe twice a year? To honor your parents, visit your parents. Talk to your parents, take them to the hospital, take them to the movies, take them to the hotels, honor them on their birthdays and wedding anniversaries. My friend, this is a goal you must work on. So give a priority for this and start working on it. Yes, of course, finance and career is the next goal. If you see the picture over here, this arrow was straight like this, whereas with a leverage, this person is pulling it up. That means he is doing something here to change this tangent from here to straight up. You have to move up, my friend. You cannot just keep on surviving. You need to make some drastic changes in your financial strength as well as your career growth. You cannot remain in the same job throughout your life. You need to grow. What is your self-actualization? What is your potential? Up to your full potential, you have to grow. So what is the goal you want to set for your finance as well as career? Spiritual and ethical goals. I would say this is the key next to the family. Or I would say this is the first key. Next, family comes even next. Because if you put your goals on your spiritual health and ethical values, everything else will properly fit in place. If your spiritual health is good, most of the students, youngsters today, they have no idea about spiritual ethical standards. What they think is, I go to my place of worship once in a week and that ends. Once in a year I have a festival, that is over, and God must be happy. No, my dear friend, you really have to have a proper, healthy, strong, healthy goal in your spiritual life as well as your ethical standards, and that is important. The ultimate key. Why do I say spiritual and ethical is the ultimate key? Because the wicked world will say, become a success at any cost. Become a success at anyone else's cost. Do not worry about others. You can grow at the cost of others. You can adopt any ways to become successful and be happy. So it will always tell you to take advantage of the world around you. My dear friend, that is not the way that we recommend. The whole person, the total person with proper spiritual attitude and ethical values will not conform to the ways of the wicked world. We are talking about the wicked world. We are not talking about the world, we are talking about the wicked world. That will come if you have the fear of God. That will come if you love God. That will come if you work on your virtues to become impeccable. That will come if you have a moral purity. That will come if you have ethical values. If your spiritual strength is good, rest of the goals will easily fit into the piece and work on it. You got to have a goal for your health of your body. If your body is healthy, your mind will be healthy. If your mind is healthy, your body will be healthy. Your soul will reflect the health of your body and vice versa. Set goal for you. What do you want to run? What do you want to play? What do you want to exercise? What kind of a diet plan do you want to have? Write it down. We are living in a world village. We are meeting with people of different cultures, different religious beliefs, different practical lifestyles. With all of them, we need to work together and live successfully, happily as a team. So you got to set some goal on your social and cultural values also. And the sixth major area will be your academics as well as a mental strength. Academics by itself, a graduation degree alone may not help you. Your mental capacity, your thinking ability, your logical analysis, your analytical ability, your creativity, your spontaneity, they are all mental talents that you need to work on. Simple degree from a college may not help you. Education is necessary. Also, you have to work at your mental equipment, your total IQ. You have to work on, set your goals on both of them. So education is one aspect, developing your mental capacity is another one. Work on both together, set a goal for that. Maybe for your relaxation, you can identify a hobby, work on it. The hobby can be anything of your choice, but set a goal and start to work on it. It may be sports, it may be sculpture, it may be music, it may be painting, or it may be dancing, or it may be anything. It's all left to you to decide what is your hobby. It may be gardening also. No problem. It may be listening to music or writing music also. Please identify your hobby and start putting your goal on that. And I don't have to tell you much about friendship goal, because you know what it means. The friendship remains for the entire life. Instead of saying what kind of friends I have, you have to first set a goal. What kind of a friend will you be? Who is really a friend? What identifies a true friend? Is an acquaintance a friend? Is a person who wants that what we are doing is wrong is a friend? Or a person who encourages us to do something wrong is a friend? Identify, set a goal on this issue also. Deal with each area. It may be finance, it may be time or spiritual or relationship or information. Everything is interdependent. They are not independent. If it is independent, you will have a miserable life. I'm telling you, you must work on all because they are all interconnected. So work on a balance between all of them. For example, if you set a goal on finance, what could be your breakdown points in that? Your pay, your investments in whatever manner. It may be stock or debentures or shares or fixed deposits or recurring deposits or policies or whatever. What kind of loans will you take for your education, for your car, your house, whatever? What kind of a charity will you invest in? What kind of donations will you give? This will help you to sharpen your goal and the finance part of it. Information, qualification, learning, media awareness, work skills, relationship, friends, family, classmates, batchmates, distant or occasional relationship, spiritual, knowledge of God, relationship with God, worship, values, ethics, and restorative experience. What do I mean by restorative experience? Many of us, especially the youth, young adults, they have some kind of a ritualistic religious experience. Rather, get into a relationship with God. Get back into relationship with God. God expects a relationship more than the ritual. That's why He says, expects, my son, my daughter, come back to me. I want to be your father. Let's have a relationship as a father and a child. And that's what I call as a restorative experience. Health and energy, physical fitness, mental fitness, stress control, diet. So when you break down like this, it will help you in that particular area to set a proper goal, one single solid goal you can have. Your goal should not contradict any of them. It should not be at the cost of your family, not at the cost of your health. It should not be at the cost of your spiritual fervor. Where are you right now? Identify. What is your level now? Identify. Where do you want to go? This is your vision. And how am I going to get there? This is your mission. So set goals in this angle. Develop a specific plan of action for the month of January, for the first week, second week, third week, fourth day, for every day of the week, maybe Monday to Friday, by hour, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. maybe, or evening hours maybe. What do I have in my hand right now? What capacity? What I do not have? How can I acquire? What is needed? How much time and effort, how much money should I invest in? Write it down. This is the action plan, breaking down the action plan. What I have, what I don't have, what is needed, how much time, effort, and whatever resources that I should invest on. And it continues. What I should do less now. Maybe sleep less. Maybe watch TV less. Maybe spend time on WhatsApp or Instagram less. Maybe. I don't know. It's up to you. What do you want me to do more? What do you want to stop doing? What distracts me? What do you want me to start doing? My friend, today I will tell you, instead of being in the hazy world so far, start working on your goals. Start working on your mission. Start working on your mission and vision. You will see your life will have a meaning. Your life will have a purpose. You will enjoy every moment of it. That's how I live. That is how I live. Continuously revise all this. Be ready to revise. Nothing wrong, because the world is constantly changing. The situations are constantly changing. Your capacities are changing. Continue to revise whatever you want to revise. Can you honestly ask God's help to achieve this goal? Is it an honest goal that God would support you? Will I be a better person by achieving this goal? Will it violate my conscience? and I should avoid it. Will it violate the rights of others? Definitely you must avoid it. Will my family be able to enjoy the rewards? Then only it is worthwhile. Am I willing to pay the price to succeed? My friends, no pain, no gain. I have been a javelin throw champion. And I had to pay the price. I cannot smoke, I cannot drink, which my friends were doing. I took the food, that which was good for my health. I used to practice 6 hours a day. I didn't go for movies or things like that and waste time. I spent my time in the grounds, in weightlifting, in stamina building, in strength building, obeying my coach, my mentor. So I had a price to pay. When all my friends were enjoying, my classmates were enjoying, I enjoyed only the praying grounds. So ultimately I became a javelin throw champion. Ultimately I did whatever I could do so far in my life because I was ready to pay the price. My friend, you also have to realize if there is no pain, there is no gain. What you sow, you must reap. You cannot sow something and expect to reap something else. So there is a price. So what is the price you are willing to pay? Have a dream planner. How do you plan? It could be like this. It could be funds needed, time needed. What are the secondary investment and primary investment I have to do? How is it benefit to others? How is the benefit to me? The target is a startup. Something called as skill development center is the business proposition. So what is the dream planner that we have on this template? This is the template. Funds invested. Let us say pre-operative expenses 10,000 before the business starts. Time 5 days a week, 2 hours, 1.5 hours a day. For 2 months I will work on this project because I also have my other work to do. Secondary investment. I will spend time browsing in the website, trying to gather as much information on skill development. Primary investment. At the end, I will really develop a curriculum and a course duration and academic schedules and get all the recognition necessary to conduct this course. What is the benefit to me? I will have a startup business and I will have the first-hand knowledge. If I interview anyone, I will know how to recruit that person because the knowledge is within my hands. How is it beneficial to others? This skill development center will provide skilled people to the society who will recruit these people, and the trained people will have their income source. So there's a business. Focus on your goals. What are the mistakes to avoid? Were you in a hurry to set the goal too quickly? Go slow, my friend, not too slow. Be honest. Have a plan for these goals. Continuously revise these goals. Continuously, review and revise these goals. Consider where you are right now and where you want to go. Set goals in all key areas of your life, not only on your education, not only on your family, not only on your money, in all aspects of, I told you about 6 major areas as well as something more extra. You could decide that all by yourself and have a balance in all the areas. And finally consider, will God approve your vision, your mission and your goals? This is the critical point that I want to impress upon. Never take your eye off your goal. Don't judge whether you can do by your current knowledge or current situation. My friend, you're going to be more knowledgeable tomorrow. You're going to be much more better 1 month from today because you're going to work on it. You're going to do more than average. So why not? Why don't worry about today? Think about what you can be tomorrow. Small successes will build up into a final one. One by one, all your goals will be reached. 7 deadly sins. Never fear of failure. Never fear of criticism of others. Never fear of being exposed. Let everybody look at you and laugh at you. Don't worry. The laughers will not succeed. You will succeed. Do not doubt your ability. Do not doubt whether you deserve it or not. Do not procrastinate. What you can do today, do it today, not tomorrow. Tomorrow will never come. Do it now. What you can do it now. Don't give excuse. Don't be greedy. Don't violate your conscience. Don't be lazy. May God help you and become a success in your academics, in your career, in your family, in life as a whole. God bless you. I'm sure you really enjoyed this session. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask either through email or through this v4youth.com review panel over there. You can download this PowerPoint from slideshare.net/Nirmal. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Vote of thanks. I thank Almighty God for the smooth conduct and completion of this insightful workshop. I thank Mr. Nirmal sir for using his valuable time to enlighten our young minds on how to set smart, progressive goals in all key areas of our life, and for apprising us on the methods and strategies we can use to achieve these goals and realize our full potential. The session was very useful to us, sir. Thank you, sir. I thank the participants for your cooperation and taking time to join us today. I thank the V4Youth team and the technical team for taking pains to organize this workshop and for their beneficial support. Thank you, everyone.